Inviting your brain and your body an opportunity to recognize that you're resting where you are and that you're creating the space that you are. As you shift your awareness inwards, reestablishing or establishing your relationship with your breath, inviting it to flow deeply and fully as it travels your body. On your inhales, inviting your breath to flow into your belly, ribs, chest, and shoulders. And gently exhale, sinking your shoulders, ribs, belly. Invite your breath to guide you. On this next exhale, relaxing into your space, wiggling through your fingers and your toes, maybe making a face, shifting your awareness to your wrist, creating little circles with your wrist, increasing your range of motion. When you feel that you're ready, you can gently relax, and then we'll move in the opposite direction. We're also moving through our joints. We're slowly creating circulation, bringing fresh blood and oxygen and nutrients to these spaces. When you feel that you're ready, we'll gently relax the wrist, and then we'll slowly make our way into a tabletop position. So coming onto your hands and your knees, inviting your wrists to rest underneath your shoulders, and your knees are underneath your hips. Inviting your wrist to rest underneath your shoulders. If you wanted to save your wrist strength, you can bring your hands into knuckles, inviting your wrist to face inwards, and the weight is falling through the knuckles of your hands. If not, invite your palms to rest underneath your shoulders and evenly distributing your weight throughout the palms of your hands. Finding length through your spine. Inhale, tilt your tailbone up to the ceiling, drop the ribs to the earth. Invite your chest to rise and your chin can come up as much as your neck allows. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your spine, tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, tilt your tailbone, drop your ribs, relax your shoulders as your chest expands. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, maybe exaggerate your spine as it rounds, tucking your chin in, pressing through the palms if desired. Inhale, tilting your tailbone, dropping your ribs, moving whatever way feels best for you. You can move with your breath, sensation, range of motion. Cat-cow invites us to wake up the entirety of our body, or lots of our body, from our wrist, elbow, shoulders, spine, hips. Without rushing yourself, we'll take one more inhale and exhale. After your last exhale, we'll inhale, return back into a neutral spine. Walk your hands to the top of the mat into a modified plank. So we're going to shift to the top part of our knees. Invite your wrists under the shoulders. Your core is engaged. Shoulders are rolled back. Chest expanded. As we move down, I invite you to use your biceps and your triceps to guide your way down. And then we're going to keep the elbows by our rib cage. So on your next inhale, find length through your spine. Exhale, bend your elbows. Keep them by your rib cage. Use your biceps and triceps to slowly float your way down. Invite the top of the feet to press into the ground. Allow your elbows underneath your shoulders. Your forearms can come down to the ground, and your palms can rest about a shoulder width distance apart. If you feel that your elbows are in front or behind your shoulders, take a moment to physically feel that your elbows are aligned underneath your shoulders, and it'll give your bones a little bit more structure and foundation. So, once you find that space, top of the feet press into the ground. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, press through the elbows, lift and expand your chest. Inhale as you keep your core engaged. Exhale as you breathe gently. Keeping your core engaged will protect your back. Keeping your feet pressed into the ground will use your lower body and your upper body. Letting your shoulders roll back and your chest expand helps you realign your upper vertebrae. Helps release tension from the shoulders and the chest. I invite you to feel that your neck is relaxed, so you're not clenching in the neck. There's just as much length. If it feels too much, maybe allow your rib cage to rest down, but still keep that expansion within your chest and your shoulders rolled back. You can even walk your elbows out a little wider. On your next exhale, softly relax your chest down to the ground. Invite your hands underneath your forehead, and then we're going to just gently rock our forehead left and right. So we're just using this motion to massage through the tissue in our forehead. Without rushing yourself, we'll gently make our way back to the center. Inviting your hands to rest underneath your shoulders, your elbows stay by your rib cage. Moving into a cobra pose. If you feel like your spine needs a little bit more time, move back into that sphinx pose that we just did, and that still gives you a supported back bend, but still allows you to get into your muscle and your tissue. If a cobra is desired, again, elbows stay by the biceps, elbows stay by the ribs, and we really want to use our biceps and triceps here. Top of the feet pressed into the ground. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, press through your palms as you lift and expand your chest. Breathing into your space. Your core is engaged. Top of the feet pressed into the ground. Chest is expanded. Shoulders are rolled back. If it's too much, you can always bend your elbows, but again, keep your chest expanded and your shoulders rolled back. Option is stay here. If you crave a little bit more movement, on your next exhale, bend your elbows, use your biceps and triceps to float your upper body down. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, press up into a cobra. Inhale as you hold your cobra. Exhale, bend your elbows, float your way down. We'll take one more nice little cycle here. After this last exhale, we'll allow the hands underneath your forehead. Invite your knees to bend, and then we're going to slowly start to create little circles with our ankles here. So again, increasing our range of motion, waking up these joints. When you feel that you're ready, we're going to go in the opposite direction. As we start to move through our joints, our body starts to secrete a fluid that lubricates them. So it invites us to meet to bone a lot less sooner. When you feel that you're ready, we're going to gently relax the ankles, softly float your feet down to the ground. Invite your hands to rest underneath your shoulders. Elbows stay by your rib cage. Inhale, lift up into a cobra of choice. Exhale, shift your hips back. Inviting your hips to reach down towards your heels. Your knees can come out nice and wide. You can allow your arms to extend. Your forehead can come down towards the ground. If it doesn't touch the ground, that's okay. Maybe just floating it down. Option to let your hands rest underneath your forehead, keeping your hips sitting back. Breathing gently. When you feel that you're ready, exhale, relax into your space. Inhale, slowly start to make your way back up into a tabletop position. So your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. I invite you to be mindful of the curves of your spine. So our spine has 4 natural curves. Our low back has a C curve, and it's almost like you're holding a bowl of soup in your low back. So as we move through this next movement, I invite you to be mindful of the curve in your low back and keep your core engaged to protect your back as well. Our ribs, the bottom 2 ribs don't actually connect up into our sternum. They're called floating ribs. So I invite you to be mindful of those toes and maybe tuck those in towards your pelvis, and that'll give your spine a little bit more foundation. It could be a lot, so just practice what feels comfortable and fun for you. So, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips, chest expanded, shoulders rolled back, floating ribs tucked in, core is engaged, bowl of soup in your low back. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, shift your hips back for a down dog. Breathing gently. So your feet can rest about a hip width distance apart. Your shoulders can rest about a shoulder width distance apart. If you have tight hips, you can walk your feet out a little bit wider. If you have tight shoulders, walk your shoulders out a little bit wider. Keep your breath smooth so you can breathe into this. And I invite you to keep your knees bent to start off with here. So we're going to shift our focus to our upper body, feeling that our palms are planted, flat part of our elbows are facing forward. Our chin is gently tucked in towards our chest, giving our neck a little bit of length. Chest is expanded, shoulders rolled back, finding length through your spine. Floating ribs are tucked in. You have that bowl of soup in your low back. Option to move into a child's pose if needed, or if you want to play a little bit more. Inhale, take your right heel down to the ground. Exhale, lift your right heel up. Inhale, lower the left heel. Exhale, lift the left. Inhale, lower the right. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower the left. Exhale, lift. This time, inhale, find length through your spine. Exhale, lower the heels down to the ground. Inhale, look up at a spot in between the palms of your hands. Exhale, take little bitty baby steps as you walk your feet up, stopping underneath your hips in a forward fold. So bending at the hips, you can keep your knees slightly bent to release tension from your hamstrings. Allowing your upper body to just float above your lower body. Your hands can touch the ground if that feels best. If not, you can let your hands rest down onto your shins, maybe down onto your thighs, whatever feels best for you. Some people like to take their hands around their elbows, letting their head hang. You can stay here. Maybe it feels good to sway left and right. Again, just moving in any way that your body craves most here. On your next exhale, relaxing into your space. Inhale, walk your hands up your shins, half lift, bending at the hips, finding length through your spine. So your core is engaged, bowl of soup in your low back, floating ribs are tucked in. Chest is expanded, shoulders rolled back, finding length through your spine. On your next inhale, find a little bit more length. Exhale, forward fold, breathing into your space. On your next inhale, press through your feet, unhinge at the hips as you keep your chest expanded. Palms meet up above your head. Exhale, slowly making your way down into a prayer pose, inviting a deep inhale through your nose, and softly relaxing into an exhale. You can give your body a little bit of a wiggle here. Option to find a seated position, or maybe find a comfortable laying down position. Wherever you are, feeling that your body can rest comfortably. Inviting your eyelids to rest. And just slowly shifting your awareness inwards. When ready, inviting perhaps the deepest inhale you've taken today. And just this cleansing of an exhale.